guys, this is Catherine with Oracle Intuitions. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a pick a pyramid reading for the full moon in Scorpio. So starting in about the middle of last week, you may have been feeling anxious, maybe depressed, noticing old feelings coming up, like, of issues that you thought that you had dealt with from the past, or maybe even just, reoccurring, ones that you've been dealing with. Like, why are they hitting me harder? Why do I feel like slammed through this? Why, I thought I let these go, all of these things. So this is a very transformative time. So Scorpio is actually the death card in tarot. And what does death represent? It represents rebirth. So this is why these energies are coming through. So Spirit is trying to bring them to the surface to help you release them, hopefully once and for all, so that you don't have to replay them all the time. It's allowing yourself to go through them. So what I wanted to do today was a pick a pyramid reading. All the timestamps are going to be below in the description box, so you can choose the red, the green, or the brown. And what we're taking a look into is, why is this happening? Okay, and these might having to do with particular issues in your life. We're also going to be taking a look at how to heal them. All right, we're going to get some clarification in regards to them, and hopefully we can just sort of let them go, let them be released. It's really to help our soul, okay? And a lot of people, we tend to resist this. We tend to push it down and push it down instead of allowing it to come up to the surface, allowing ourselves to really feel. And so I really wanted to do this reading again, not only to help heal, but maybe to take a deeper look at some of the issues that you may be dealing with at this time. So remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. But what we're going to be doing is, so we're first going to start off with the dark mirror cards. Now, I don't know this full deck, okay? I just wanted to let you know, straight up. So I may have to, read some of them. Some of the cards I do know fairly well, but I may have to read some of them. But we're also going to be using the Threads of Threads of Fate, the Shadow Edition cards as well. We're going to be doing some clarification with the Tarot of Dreams by Cyril Marchetti. We're going to be looking into healing with Ina Segal's Heal Yourself, as well as the Zodiac reading cards. I hope you guys can see this. I think the camera's a little off. I may have to fix it for the actual readings, but as long as you get the general idea. So also, don't forget, we do live shows every Wednesday and Sunday. So on our Wednesday show, we're going to be doing mini readings. We have basic chat. This is a very interactive show. We absolutely love it. We get to talk to some of the audience, all of that. So on Sunday, we brought in a new addition to the show, and what we're going to be doing is live interviews. So these are going to be with paranormal investigators, and actually I am going to put a link above for our Sunday show that we just had, and that was with a good friend of mine, Peter Wren. He's a paranormal investigator. He's an author. And we're going to be bringing all sorts of different people, as long as they have a spiritual element or a supernatural element in some way, shape, or form. They're welcome onto the show. So we're going to be doing those interviews, and those are on Sunday at 2 p.m. So don't forget to subscribe, click like, please share the video, and enjoy. Have an amazing week, guys. And don't forget that if you are looking for a personal reading as well, for myself, you can find all of my links below in the description box also. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Hey guys, so if you chose the red organite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to start off with the Dark Mirror Oracle, and we're going to be pulling 3 cards to take a look at what possible current issues may be coming up to the surface for you at this time, and why are they coming up. And we're going to be clarifying the why with the Threads of Fate Oracle as well. All right, so let's take a look and see what cards are coming through. First one coming in is Obsession, okay? Second one, The Child I Was Meant to Be. And the third, Black Flower Fragrance. So I actually don't know the Black Flower Fragrance, so I am going to just take a quick look at that. I want to make sure that I am giving you, the right information in regards to this card. So let's take a look. And this is number 16. The world is unfair. F off, dear world. Just F off. Okay, so what I'm getting here, all right, guys, the first impression that I'm getting, especially with the child that I was meant to be, I feel that for some of you, all right, and remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. That's perfectly okay. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But what I am getting here is that for some of you, you may become obsessed with things, okay? Maybe this is people. Maybe this is a general feeling that, that you feel surrounds you. Or maybe, you just, this could be a job. It could be a person. It could be with a particular way of life, especially with the child that was meant to be. And I feel that for some of you, you've gone through some disappointment in regards to these things that you may be possibly, feeling an obsession with. And now when we talk about obsession, this could be hyper focusing on a particular, again, person, place, or thing. All right, maybe throughout your life, you've been in this place where, there's been somebody that you really felt a connection with, okay? And it just didn't work out for whatever reason. And in your mind, maybe you think that, in your mind, you think that you're supposed to be in a certain particular place, all right? Maybe you thought, oh, I was going to be married by this time. I thought I'd be in this great relationship. I thought I'd have kids. I thought I'd be in this job. For some of you, this could have been an obsession, thinking I should have been there. And it almost feels as though for some of you, either you felt that you had enough time to do it, or maybe things just didn't go that way. And throughout this, again, with this disappointment, it almost feels like you're in this place of woe is me. Okay, this F off world, of what it's talking about is really, somebody who's not taking a look at why we have disappointment sometimes in our life. Again, if everything's handed to us sometimes on a silver platter, we're not going to learn the lessons. We're not going to learn the disappointments. We're not going to learn the things, that make us stronger, that bring us to who we truly are. Maybe for some of you, this being in a place of being obsessed, again, whether it's a person, place, or a thing, has really driven your life in some way. And again, this even could have been, starting from childhood, right? Maybe there was, you thought that maybe you'd have a certain status in life, or maybe you thought you'd have enough money, or whatever it was. And I feel like Spirit is really saying to you here, sometimes we have to be in a place. This is a harsh reading. I understand that, and maybe some of you have already clicked it off, and that's fine. But this is really what the full moon in Scorpio does. It brings up all these old issues, all these old, things that we've tormented ourselves with at times, throughout our life, right? So let's get some clarification and see what's coming through. The Sovereign. Okay, so, when we have the Sovereign is sort of talking about royalty in some way. So when we have this obsession, okay, sometimes there is an element within that obsession that makes us feel that it's owed to us. Okay, the Sovereign, okay, it's royalty. It's, it's being in a place of just receiving, really, is what it is. It's when you're in that place of royalty, you expect people to bow, you expect people to kind of give you the things that, you expect that you deserve for some reason, all right? And again, this is what I'm getting with that. So the second one is coming in, Dare to Dream. So Spirit is asking you here, okay, this Dare to Dream card. I feel that for some of you, you have dreamed about it, but did you take the action towards it? And I think that that's what Spirit is asking of you right now. The child I was meant to be with the Dare to Dream. Okay, well, you can sit there and you can be in a place of dreaming, okay? I dream that, I'm wherever in my career, or wherever I'm supposed to be, in relationships, but did you take the action towards it? Or even if you did take the action towards it, why wasn't it working out? Okay, and now we have this black flower fragrance. So why didn't it work out? Why didn't it work out the way that it was supposed to work out? Or why am I feeling like, to some degree, like I was owed something? Or possibly maybe I did put the work in and things still aren't working out. So let's find out. The creative. So I do feel that for some of you, Spirit is pushing you to be a little bit either more creative within your actions, Or it's asking you to possibly take a look at it and go, we didn't give you these things because you wouldn't be in the place that you are now. Because for some of you, this might be a reading in regards to saying, look at, I've done the work. You know, I've done the work. I've obsessed about this particular thing. I went into myself. I really became who I was supposed to be. I dreamed what I was supposed to do. I thought I was using all the right methods and everything else. And I feel like for some of you, Spirit is saying, you know what? You did. You did. But would you be the place that you are now in a positive way if it wasn't for some of the challenges that you've had to overcome? And I feel that for some of you, if you're not quite in that place, Spirit is asking you to take a new and creative look at it, instead of maybe just obsessing about it, or even being in this place of saying, you know, F off world, like I've had enough, you know, I'm going to give up on this dream, whatever it is. I feel that for some of you, Spirit is saying, look at, you know what? We know you can do better than where you are at this particular moment. And we're asking you to be creative within your thoughts, within your dreams. Maybe, you know, maybe there's new schooling that needs to happen. Maybe, you know, if it's in regards to particular people, maybe you need to be creative and expand your horizons in regards to it, especially if you found over the years that you've been really obsessed with particular people, okay? And that you wouldn't let go of it, right? And there's a lot of people that are out there, you know, they think, oh, I can only have this one person. Only this one person is going to work for me. And this is what Spirit is asking of you. Is it really? Like, can you let go of that one person? Because we're asking you to be creative. All right, be creative. Maybe there's other people out there. Maybe it's not this one particular person, but maybe somebody with their qualities that is, you know, free and ready and in a path to align with you at this moment. So let's get some tarot. So we have this Knight of Coins coming in. We've also got the Eight of Coins, and again, you know, this Knight of Sword. So this Knight of Coins, it really talks about taking a slow progress, okay, a slow and steady progress. And what I'm getting here is with this obsession and the Sovereign, when the Knight of Pentacles comes in, this isn't easy work all the time. It's slow and it's steady. Did you expect things to happen overnight? Maybe this is why this is showing up for you. Maybe this is why things didn't happen all at once. Maybe Spirit is asking you. And, you know, the nice thing is, the one thing, this is actually one of my favorite cards when the Knight of Coins comes in, because it does show that there's progress. So, but it also asks for patience. Okay, slow, steady, and patient progress. It, you know, sometimes, you know, we get into this place where, again, we think that we're owed. Or we think, okay, I've done enough work. How come my manifestations aren't showing up? How come I'm still in this place? Why am I feeling anxious? Maybe it's never going to happen. And I feel like with this card, Spirit is saying, look, we're trying to bring it to you. But you have to understand that you have to put in the work too and work with us at this time. This is a collaboration of yourself and Spirit, making that slow and steady progress towards what it is that you're desiring. We also have the Eight of Coins coming in. So again, this is talking about, you know, working, all right? This is somebody, it's like an apprentice card, or maybe somebody who's steadily working to master a particular feat, you know, whether it's again career, or maybe it's romantic or love life in some way. All right, and we have the child I was meant to be, along with the dare to dream, and now we have the Eight of Coins. So again, I feel like what's going on here is, are you doing the work? Are you doing the inner work? Are you really doing the inner work that is needed? Or, you know, the outer work that is needed? A lot of times, you know, and again, this isn't, you know, relating to anyone in particular. It's just a general reading. But sometimes we have this idea that we're going to walk into a place and be, you know, a CEO of a company, or we expect that we're going to be a manager, or, you know, maybe we expect to be appreciated for our artwork when we haven't put that full work into it yet. And this is what it's asking of you, is to continue to do the work, because again, Spirit is guiding you. They want you to release these feelings in order for you to be able to achieve what it is that you're wanting to achieve. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, he just dashes ahead, okay? He doesn't sometimes look around him. This is going full throttle. And he can be a very positive card, but he can also have elements of being not particularly like a negative card, but you know, a card that can be difficult, right? Because he does just charge ahead. He's not looking to the sides. He's just going full force. And I get here where it's talking about this black flower fragrance. And again, you know, the theme of the card is, you know, F you world, like you're not giving me what I want, just F off. And we have get creative. So it's asking you to take a look around, okay? Don't just sit there in a place of, you know, charging straight ahead towards, again, maybe perhaps something that there's an obsession about. And what this can do is bring up lots of feelings of anxiety, especially when we're not willing to be open or be creative or, you know, take a deeper look into ourselves or not do the work towards something, right? We get into this place of, well, I haven't achieved this yet. Well, okay, how come you haven't achieved this? Are you really, really doing the work? And this is what Spirit is asking you to do, because they want you to get into that place. They want you to receive what it is that they're asking, and they're showing you the path as to how to do it. So let's take a look into some healing energies that are coming through. What is it that we need to heal? How do we heal from this obsession? How do we heal from, you know, getting into this place where, you know, things aren't just working out the way that we want them to? How do we get past that feeling of that F you world? You know, we want to be in this place of yes, yes, world, thank you. You know, thank you for showing me the path. How do we do this? And what is it that we need to heal? So let's take a look. Family and tribe. Okay. And you know, it's interesting because we actually had the child that I was meant to be. So for some of you, there may be some family issues that you do need to heal. If it's not family issues, this could be ancestral. This even could be some, you know, possible past life things. Family and tribe, though, it doesn't need to be family. Okay. This could be, when we talk about the tribe, this could really be, you know, external circumstances around us. Are we with the right people? Okay, and a lot of times people forget that. You know, we tend to forget that our friends or our coworkers or people that we associate, they can play a huge role in our mentality and our attitude, okay? Especially with our attitude, you know, with this FU world. Take a look around. Are the people that you're with, are they really negative? Are they telling you that you can't achieve it? Are they giving you, you know, maybe they're falsely positive? Well, you know, that would be a great job if you had more experience. Okay, well, maybe he would like you if, you know, you did this. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's those type of people. They're almost false positive, or maybe there's just people around you that are really negative and they're not helping you to achieve your dreams, whether this is family or friends, something along that. It's asking you to get some courage, to have courage to get creative, all right? You don't need to be stuck on one particular thing. Take a look around, dare to dream, and get creative, right? Get creative and dare to dream with your thoughts. It's time to, you know, let go maybe of some particular ideas or attitudes that you had from the past, and it's asking you to gain the courage and move forward. And let's see what others. Rejection, yeah. Remember we talked about that, all right? You may have been rejected, you know, from maybe there was an obsession and you were rejected, okay? Here's the thing. There is a saying that says, you know, I'm trying to remember how it goes. It's not rejection, it's protection. Okay, maybe that just wasn't meant for you. There was lessons that you probably learned from it. There was things that, yeah, maybe you were hurt. Maybe there was difficulties. Maybe there was, you know, major past issues that came up, but these were all for lessons. And instead of focusing in on the rejection, they're asking you to focus in on the protection that was coming from God at that time, or from the universe, whatever your particular, belief is, from the universe, from spirit, from your higher self, all right? And they're asking you to let go of the obsession about it. So maybe you're obsessing about being rejected from the past. All right. And Spirit is asking you to get the courage to move forward. And again, I do feel this family and tribe. I really feel like this could be people around you, or maybe it's what you're watching. It doesn't need to even have to do with particular people or any particular person. This really could have to do with, what are you paying attention to? What are you watching on TV? Are you, just watching the news? Are you only watching shows that are depressing, or whatever it is? Like, look around in your environment, and maybe it's time to make a courageous change. All right. So let's get some more healing cards. We have the eclipse in Capricorn. So it talks about reevaluate your success. All right. Maybe because we had that sovereign come in, and this is really interesting. We had the sovereign card come in, and again, remember, it talks about like royalty, okay, like being in a place of sovereignty, right? Expecting that things should just happen, or maybe your idea of success is different than what Spirit is trying to give you. Okay, maybe it's going to be even better than what you had imagined, but it's asking you to reevaluate it, okay, and which will help bring out or help you release those feelings of possible rejection. All right, what else do we have? The moon in Sagittarius. And I mean, this could have to do with your birth sign, your sun sign. It could have to do with your moon sign. Maybe you have these placements. Maybe these are relating to particular placements of people around you. Okay, just again, they don't have to relate to anything. They're just talking about, the card itself, right? And it talks about freedom and adventure. So discovery. And remember, we had that Dare to Dream card come through. Dare to dream, right? Adventure, discover maybe what is truly making you happy. And sometimes we get into this place of depression because we're not willing to admit or let go of a particular idea or a particular thought. And I feel like Spirit is asking you again, be creative, dare to dream, discover freedom and adventure. Free yourself from what's holding you back or what you are being obsessed about. And we have the sun in Libra. Enjoy life with music, love, and romance. So for some of you, this very much could have to do with obsession about people or a particular person. And I feel like Spirit is saying to you, you know what? Maybe it's just time to take a step back and reevaluate. It doesn't mean that things aren't going to, not work out, but they're asking you to enjoy life as it is right now, instead of being in this place of obsessing and worrying and panicking and, being in a place of being anxious and, to some degree really expecting this, that this should have worked or whatever it is. I feel like Spirit is saying to you, really enjoy life at this time. Okay, love, romance, fall in love with yourself again. You don't need to obsess about things from the past, or maybe again, past rejection. All right, you were rejected because it was protection. You weren't particularly meant to be with that person at that time. Maybe there's a time coming up, especially if it's in regards to a current person that you're feeling a rejection from. Spirit is asking you to let go of those obsessive thoughts and allow yourself to just enjoy life as it is, and let Spirit, especially with that Knight of Coins coming in, do the slow and steady progress. Have the patience and allow Spirit to help you create what it is that they're trying to bring forth, and that what it is that you want to bring forth into your life at this time. So I hope that that's helped for those of you that have chose the red organite. You can always choose one of the other colors. You may even want to just add to the reading by watching the other ones. So thank you so much, and many blessings. I truly hope this has helped. Hey guys, so this is for those of you that chose the green organite. We're going to get started with your reading. We're going to be pulling 3 of the dark mirror cards. And remember, this is a brutally honest reading, okay? So I just want to let you guys know that I'm not holding back on these, because this is really what Spirit wants you to release at this time. And these could be holding you back from your manifestation or your dreams in some way. So let's take a look. Or they could be bringing up anxiety or old issues, all right? So we're going to be taking a look at 3 of the dark mirror. We're going to be clarifying with 3 of the threads of fate. All right, let's take a look. Anger and chains. All right, interesting. Second one is colorless angel. And this is actually a card that I don't particularly know, so I am going to have to look that one up. And we also have blinded to pain. All right, so let's take a look. I do want to take a look at that colorless angel and see what this has to do with. I'm getting a general idea of what this reading is talking about already, but I do want to give you the right words. I guess that's the best way to say it. It is better not to feel rather than feeling pain. Interesting, because we also have blinded to pain. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to clarify that blinded to pain just to make sure that we're on the right path of what Spirit is telling me here. I can shoulder it. It's not a big deal. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I feel that for some of you, you haven't been authentic. All right, this is the first word that I'm hearing in regards to these cards that are coming up. We have this anger and chains. We have this colorless angel and blinded to pain. So basically what Spirit is asking you, when we chain ourselves down with our emotions and we don't allow ourselves to express them properly, which means using our words, okay? You know, coming at a place of vulnerability, a place of being authentic. A lot of times what we end up doing is we end up swallowing a lot of that anger. So we have anger and chains, okay? So your anger is keeping you in chains. It doesn't need to be anger. It could be, you know, any sort of, you know, harsher emotion, maybe sadness, depression, whatever it is. And it's really talking about here is shouldering that pain. I'll just shoulder the pain. I don't need to talk about it. I'm just going to put on a brave face. I'm going to move forward. I'm just going to, you know, pretend that this didn't happen. I'm not going to, you know, discuss this issue. All right. And this is really saying here is that you're stuck in this place of not expressing your feelings, your emotions, allowing yourself again to be vulnerable, to be in this place of showing who you truly are. It doesn't mean you need to go all chaotic and, you know, have a temper tantrum or anything like that. But are you holding on to pain? If something hurts you, are you just kind of, you know, putting on this colorless face, like this colorless angel, right? And saying, well, it's okay. You know, I'm just going to give them space. I'm just going to leave space for them. I'm just going to do this. And, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just going to push it down. I'm going to push it away. What happens is these feelings build up into a form of resentment, and they start playing on our subconscious. And this is what we don't recognize. So we have this subconscious thought in the back of our head that we're holding on to, you know, all of these negative emotions and negative feelings. And what happens is they tend to start playing out in our actions, right? Because we're holding ourselves back. We're not being our true and authentic selves. We're in this place of just going, well, you know, that's part of my job. I'm a mom. I'm not allowed to express myself. I'm not allowed to, you know, my husband doesn't like it when I'm angry. Maybe my boyfriend doesn't like it when I talk like that. You know what? Then that boyfriend shouldn't be around or in your life, or your girlfriend, or whatever it is. Because if you're feeling that you have to shoulder pain in some way, or you're not allowed to express yourself, or maybe this is just something, you know, not relating to another person. This is just how you feel. And what Spirit is asking you to do, this can really bring about bouts of depression. It can bring about anxiety. It can bring about, you know, feelings of in our subconscious mind of kind of a chaotic sense, because and again, we're not being authentic with ourselves, because the words that are coming out of our mouth are not going to be matching our emotions, right? And I feel like this is what Spirit is asking you to release at this moment. Allow yourself, really start taking a look and saying, look, I have to express myself. If I'm not happy with this, I'm going to let somebody know. It doesn't mean, again, that I need to kick or scream or, you know, have a temper tantrum, but it's just a matter of expressing ourselves and saying, look, you know what? That doesn't resonate with me, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't feel good about this. I'm not going to sit there with a smile on my face, or I'm not going to, you know, or you know what? It even could be the opposite, okay? Somebody who's always in a place of being miserable, but in the back of their mind, you know, they're really in a good place. And I know that sounds odd, but a lot of people really think that they can't be happy, or they can't show that happiness because it's going to offend other people, right? If you've got somebody around you, let's just say, who's always sort of miserable, right? And you're scared to tell them how you feel, like, you know, I did this today, I feel so good, I feel so happy. And you've got, you know, Mopey Joe there sitting there going like, Eeyore, right? And they're, you know, and they're in this place of they're miserable with themselves. That might be what asking, you know, what I can't talk, what Spirit might be asking of you as well. All right? Are you hiding your joy? Are you hiding your accomplishments? Are you hiding your achievements because you're scared that you might offend somebody, or maybe somebody's not going to be as happy as you are, or maybe, you know, you don't want to hurt somebody's feel, whatever it is. I mean, whatever junk that we like to tell ourselves. But really what we're doing is we're not being authentic. And that's what I feel the theme is behind those that picked, you know, the green organite. And again, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate with you. Take what does resonate and leave the rest. But let's see what the threads of fate have to say. All right. So we have fate, actually. All right. So I'm going to actually pull a couple more. We have transmute. I get what they're saying, actually, too. And ascension, 100%. So what they're asking of you is, remember how I talked about the subconscious? So if we're in this place where we're hanging on to old feelings, and again, resentment or anger or disappointment, or maybe even joy or happiness, right? And we're not allowing ourselves to express it. What we're doing is we're not allowing ourselves to transmute our own ascension, right? Because we're not being authentic. We're not being vulnerable. And what they're asking of it, especially with this fate, is they're saying, look, this is not where you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be hanging on to all of this anger and you know, miserable feelings or the happy feelings. It's time to start allowing yourself to express whatever it is that you are feeling. Don't let other people hold you back in that mindset, because what happens is in our subconscious, it's kind of like the law of attraction, and we hear about this all the time. What's playing in our subconscious? If we're in a place of saying, oh, nothing ever works out, or, you know, I'm angry and I can't express it, or I can't express my happiness or my joy, we tend to start, our subconscious tends to start creating really parallels of what it is that we're living. Okay. And, you know, if you were in a really happy place and you feel that you can't express it because of other people, or again, you know, whatever mindset it is that, you know, we think that we can't show our joy, right? That starts playing in the back of our mind. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. Or I can't show this. Or I can't be happy. And then we start hanging on to feelings that are starting to show up in our true life, in our 3D realm world. Same with if we're in a place of holding on to anger instead of expressing ourselves, and we just slap a big smile on our face and say, oh, everything is fine, everything is fine. But in the back of our mind, we're like, you bugger. You know, I'm really angry with you, or I really wish this wouldn't have happened, or I really wish you wouldn't have done this, or, you know, whatever, I really wish I would have gotten that job. whatever it is, right? If we're not being authentic, we're not allowing ourselves to ascend to a higher vibration. And I really feel that this is what Spirit is asking you to transmute. Change this. Start being expressive. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to show the world who you truly are and what you can achieve. And again, it doesn't mean that you need to, go from the lion to the lamb or the lamb to the lion, right? It's just a matter of opening up and saying, I don't agree with that. Or I do agree with that. Or I had a great day. It sucks that you had a bad day. It does. It sucks when you're with somebody who's had a crappy day, right? But at the same degree, does that mean you have to completely hide everything that you're feeling? You can still sympathize with them. You can still give them compassion, but that doesn't mean that you have to be in a miserable place also, right? Look at that, the wheel. So transmute. The wheel is asking you to move forward. What are we moving into? Yeah, individuality. And I love this card. This is the 9 of coins. So when we have the 9 of coins comes in, this really talks about your own success, okay? Your own success, your own individuality, your own expression of what you created or what it is that you truly want to create. This is somebody who doesn't hold themselves back. They've created their own career, their love life, whatever it is, by transmuting, by being authentic, by being genuine, by recognizing who they really are on the inside and what they can achieve. And then with that 2 of coins, this is about like material success. It's about choosing the next path, deciding where you want to go. Do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? Once you start really opening up and expressing yourself, the whole world starts opening. A lot of times, we hold ourselves back. Maybe we think, well, I know my coworker really wants that job, so I'll just hold myself back. I won't say that, I want that job too. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And here Spirit's like, No. Why would you keep missing opportunities because of somebody else's desires? Just because somebody else has that same desire doesn't mean that you have to hold yourself back from it. Same with relationships. If you're not happy the way a relationship is going, or perhaps there's a relationship that you want to, bring forth, how are people going to know if you don't start expressing it? If you're in a place of not expressing your anger or your happiness or whatever it is that's trying to come through, or just really, somebody says, if you look at a sunset and you're thinking, oh my God, how beautiful, and the person next to you is going, I hate the sunset, blah, 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 blah. Are you holding yourself back from not saying, no, that is a beautiful sunset? Are you not allowing yourself to express that? Why? Why can you not allow them, to know how you're feeling? You don't need to hold yourself back from anybody. And this is what I'm getting. So let's take a look at some healing cards. Maybe there's some healing energies that Spirit wants you to really release, or that will help you to release, or maybe, something for you to focus in on. Or it could even just have more to do with what they're talking about in here. What are you holding yourself back from? All right, so let's see what's going on. Alchemy, yeah. See, you're holding yourself back from creating. When that alchemy card comes in, this is about a blending of energies. When you start to express yourself, when you start allowing yourself to be vulnerable, when you start showing your authentic self, you're creating an alchemy. Remember how we had that fate? The fate card come through. We also had the transmute, and we had the ascension, right? How do we do that? Through alchemy, through being real, to expressing our desires, expressing our emotions. Temptation and procrastination, really interesting cards. So what I'm also getting with this too is, for some of you, this could have to do with relationships. There could be, and this is only going to be specific for some, maybe there is a relationship that you want to bring forth, and you're scared to speak about it, or you're scared to say, look, hey, I like you, or You know, you're scared to, you know, show yourself, show your emotions in some way. And, you know, you may even be procrastinating about trying to bring this forward. I feel like for some of you, this is going to be a sign from Spirit saying, please stop holding yourself back. Whether it works or whether it doesn't work, okay? Holding yourself into a place where you're being silent and not expressing yourself. That in itself is missing an opportunity. Whether the opportunity is for you at this time or not, that's not the point. The point is that without expressing it, you're just going to be hanging on to those emotions and those feelings. And when we hang on to stuff, our subconscious starts creating, you know, its own paragraphs. And usually they're on the more negative side than they are on the positive side. It's like, I can't do this. I don't think they'll like me. I'm not good enough. Whatever it is, right? And I feel like this is what Spirit is asking of you. But either way, they're also asking you here to stop procrastinating about not expressing yourself or not opening up, not being the authentic you of who you are. So we're going to get some final cards from the Zodiac Oracle here. They may or may not have to do with your particular sign. They may have to do with some of your placements. They could have to do with placements of people around you. Or they may not have anything to do with anything, all right? Except for the words. So it talks about the sun in Pisces. So you may be a Pisces. Maybe there's people that are Pisces, or maybe it's, you know, in relation to a Pisces, particularly in your life. It talks about align yourself with love and wisdom and a higher purpose. Again, you know, it's interesting because we had this fate card, right? Higher purpose, and we have the fate, and we also had that ascension. And it's really asking you to align yourself with love. So again, if it's something negative that's going on, you know, externally, speak your love. You don't need to hold yourself back, or express your love, even if it's something that, you know, again, maybe it's in a more, I don't like this, or I don't need to do this, or I don't feel like doing this. It's just expressing yourself. And what that does is it aligns you with your own inner love. It brings you to that higher purpose. It connects you with your soul because you're being authentic. We also have the eclipse in Libra. So this talks about reevaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. When we're holding ourselves back, we're not creating an equal balance, okay? We're not creating an equal playing ground, whether it's positive or negative. We're really just holding ourselves into a place of being suspense, or suspended, I guess would be the right word, you know, to use. And I feel like what they're asking of you here is to rebalance. Again, when we express ourselves, we help bring that balance back, not only into ourselves, but possibly into relationships around us. And last card, eclipse in Capricorn. Reevaluate success. Excuse me. So remember how we talked about, and it talks about a new direction, right? Fate. Again, fate. There may have something to do with this, right? Speaking your mind, you know, instead of holding yourself back, instead of not expressing yourself. You don't know where that's going to take you. When you're silent, nobody knows what you're feeling or what you're thinking. Or, you know, maybe this is something that you want. You need to express it. Whether it's expressing it to the universe, it might even, for some of you, this might even be, maybe you're very good at communication. Maybe you are very vulnerable type of person. Maybe you do speak your mind. But I also feel that for some of you, this could be resonating in the extent of that the universe is asking you to, you know, for you to tell it your dreams, what it is that you are desiring. Really make it specific and work in collaboration with the universe towards that fate. Allow yourself to transcend towards what it is that you're truly desiring. So again, you know, maybe it's that you're holding yourself back from being authentic with the universe. Maybe you're in this place of saying, well, you know, I'm just happy with this amount of money per year, right? But you're really not. I mean, you know, Spirit's kind of going, okay, well, we could do better, but you have to express it. And sometimes it's just a matter of using the words or better. I want to make X amount per year or better. And Spirit's asking you to work in collaboration with it at this time in order to create your dreams and desires. And again, express yourself. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and open. So I truly hope this has helped. If this particular reading didn't resonate with you, that's fine. There's still, you can go back and look at the red organite, or you can go and look at the brown organite. Maybe you want to watch all three just to see what messages are coming through. So I truly hope this has helped, and many blessings, and take care. Hey guys, so for those of you that chose the brown pyramid, this is going to be your reading for today, for the full moon in Scorpio. And remember, this is what Spirit is asking you to release at this present time. So this could be, reasons why you may be feeling a little bit of depression, why you feel that old issues are possibly coming up to the surface this time. Maybe you're feeling anxious, whatever emotions you're going through. I feel like Spirit is asking you to, release. They want to help you clear these anxieties. They want to help you clear this energy in order to be able to manifest what it is that you want. They may be a little bit harsh. I'm not going to hold back with the messages that Spirit wants you to hear. It says triumph of lies. Wow. Okay. I won't cry for you. And we have colorless angel. So we're really talking about emotions. Within this, I won't cry for you. I do want to look up this particular card because I don't know it fully. And I do want to be able to give you the right messages. And it says, sometimes when it's over, closure must be created, not just found. And we have this triumph of lies. So let's take a look at that one as well. If something hurts me, I change myself so it can stop. All right. I feel like for some of you, you may be going through, this may have to do with a possible breakup or what you're perceiving as a breakup at this time. You may have a loss of, perhaps some sort of, person. Maybe it doesn't have to relate to a person. Maybe there was a loss of something. This could have to do with the past. It could be dealing with more with the present or the current situation at this time. What I am getting from this, though, is I feel like it's time to let something go, okay? And I do feel that this has to do with maybe holding on to some sort of past emotions in regards to a possible breakup. Maybe there was a rejection in there. I'm also getting here, too, is that there is a loss of... it almost feels like for some of you, you're really not allowing yourself to express how you are feeling from that, or allowing yourself to feel the grief of some past. Again, this could be a breakup. It could be a loss of some sort. It feels like you're just holding in your emotions, okay? And maybe you're just pushing them down to a place that you're hoping it'll just all go away. Right? You're not allowing yourself to feel the grief. You're not allowing yourself to feel the loss. You're not allowing yourself to, and I don't feel that this is for other people, like expressing yourself for others. I feel that this is expressing yourself to yourself and not allowing yourself to feel the full impact of possibly something that did happen from the past. Now, what I'm also getting is that it may possibly be affecting your current situation in some possible way. Maybe there is a something that is happening at this current moment. Like maybe you're trying to get into a relationship, or maybe you're trying to, head towards a job or a career, whatever the situation is. What I keep getting is that because you haven't fully expressed yourself from a past situation, that it's really not allowing you to move forward in this situation. I'm going to give you an example, okay? For some people, let's say you're dating, or you're about to hit the dating circuit, or maybe you met somebody and you're sort of looking at them as like, are they going to hurt me? Are they going to do the same thing that this other person did? Maybe I shouldn't trust them. Maybe are they being honest with me, right? And yet this person, you know, is perfectly innocent in all of the things that you have going on in your mind, right? But because we're in this place of not allowing ourselves to express ourselves from the past, we're really pushing something onto, you know, possibly a new person. And again, this could be a job, it could be, you know, some sort of other life situation. But because we're hanging on to these old feelings of something that happened, you know, again, a loss, a breakup, whatever it is, we're not allowing ourselves to move forward. We're in this place of waiting for almost something else to happen. But at the same time, you know, it's saying, I won't cry for you, right? I won't cry for you. I'm not going to sit there and cry, but I'm going to let it go. But it doesn't work that way. If we don't sometimes revisit what it is that keeps coming up or is interfering or hurting a new situation, we have to get to this place where we really allow ourselves to express our feelings, express that grief, express that loss, again, within ourselves. You know, this could be, you know, due to our own, especially with this, triumph of lies. Maybe perhaps you were the one that created some sort of situation. And again, that's not going to resonate for everybody, but maybe it was you that created the situation in order for that loss. Maybe you're sitting there in a place of regret. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done that, you know, or whatever it is. But, it's really asking you to release this. You know, the past is the past. We have to sometimes just move forward and allow ourselves to, you know, take a new step ahead. Because if we don't, we're really putting things onto new developments that could possibly happen and not giving them a chance to form, not allowing them to be created because of our own possible past issues. And this is what I'm really getting with this. So, I feel like relationships especially, right? How can I trust this person? Well, I don't know if I can trust them because in the past I had, you know, all my boyfriends cheated on me. Okay, well, maybe they did. All right? So, what do you have to do? Sometimes you have to look at yourself. Did you see the red flags? Were they there? Did you ignore them? Okay? That's where that triumph of lies comes in, because sometimes we know a situation is possibly happening. And this is really asking you to also forgive yourself, but really take a hard look at, you know, how did we play into what possibly happened. Now, you may be completely innocent in it. Okay, so this is only going to resonate for some of you. Maybe you didn't have a role in whatever happened. Maybe it just kind of came out of nowhere and it struck you and you're like, oh my God, you know, but then you just shoved that emotion down. You didn't fully deal with it. And this is what Spirit's asking you to do at this time, is to fully deal with it. And if you did play a role in it, and again, you know, we always kind of say, well, you know, I didn't see the red flags. Or, you know, I was totally taken away from this. You know, it totally blindsided me. But, you know, sometimes we have people in our lives that are like, no, remember, you know, they used to spend like 3 days without any contact. That's a red flag. You know, are you taking a cold, hard look at everything from the past? Your side, their side. Take a step back and allow yourself to reevaluate, and also allow yourself to forgive not only what has happened, maybe there's a person or again, you know, the particular situation, but also forgive yourself for this, but allow yourself to express it, because it's not fair to hold on to it and allow it to, you know, interfere with somebody or something that may be trying to come through that is perfectly innocent in regards to a past situation. All right, so let's get some cards from the Threads of Fate. Manifest. Yeah, like especially if you're trying to manifest something, you're trying to manifest something new, hanging on to these old feelings, isn't going to help that manifestation. We have to clear it out. Look at this. Withdrawal. Oops, I'm just move it like that. And transmute. All right, so what they're asking you to do here, all right, you may have to withdraw in order to, they really want to help you transmute this energy, transmute it into something that is going to help with your manifestations. Again, you know, let's say it's a job and you didn't get a particular job in the past, right? But you're trying for a new one and you're, you know, but in the back of your mind, but I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one. I wasn't qualified. Whatever it is, whatever happened, you know, maybe this coworker got it ahead of me and you know, whatever the story is, it doesn't really matter. What they're asking you to do is at this moment, just for a little while, is to withdraw, take a look. Okay, and again, allow forgiveness towards the situation, towards yourself, towards all the players and whatever it was that hurt you, and allow yourself to transmute those energies in order to manifest. I really actually like this reading. I know it's a little harsh possibly for some of you, but that's okay, because Spirit is really saying here, look, we want to help you. Let us help you. But we can't do it when you're hanging on to this old energy. We can't do it when you're hanging on to, you know, every time we bring you something new, you get into this place of, well, it's not going to work out because of this. Or I'm scared, or I have fear because of this, or whatever the story is. Okay? And that's why Spirit's saying, look, you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of that old junk. You got to get rid of that old crap. It's not going to help with a future manifestation. So let's see what's coming through. Look at this beautiful, beautiful card, Four of Wands. So I really do feel, especially if you're trying to transmute or change a relationship, or if you're seeking a relationship in some sort, hanging on to that old energy isn't going to create a new relationship or a better relationship or a more, this is about foundations, right? This Four of Wands, it's about receiving. Some people actually call it like the soulmate or the twin flame card. It's about, you know, 1111. We have these four pillars in here. What Spirit is saying, look, we want to start building a new foundation towards something, even if it's in an old relationship. And a lot of times, you know, even in our old relationships, we might be saying, well, they did this before, they did this before, they did this before. How do I trust them? You know, I remember back, I remember I had a friend, and when their child was very young, they accidentally squeezed a hamster too hard. Okay, and it was tragic, and you know, the poor little thing passed away. But when the child got older, I remember them asking if they could have a puppy. And now this is many years later, like they wanted a dog. And they were like, well, I don't know if I can trust you with a dog because you did this to the hamster. Like, where's the logic in that? Okay. So, you know, what Spirit is saying, look, we want to start building a new foundation, but we can't build this new foundation when we're laying it on old bricks. Okay, so you have to release these old bricks in order to allow something new to be created and to, you know, come forth. Ace of Swords, like what they're asking you to do here, when that Ace of Swords is awareness, okay, and it's also sometimes, I also take a look at it as like a message coming in through, you know, through Spirit, like through the crown chakra, through the top of our heads. It's very much awareness and connection with the universe, okay? It's becoming one with that universe, receiving the downloads, receiving the information, becoming more aware of how to create what it is that you're desiring. And we have the Emperor, take charge, okay? That Emperor card is so powerful because he's saying, I'm not going to let the past interfere with my future, okay? He takes charge. The Emperor takes charge. He's a leader. And so when that old energy is coming through, universe is asking of you to say, no, look it, we're going to deal with you right here and then. We're going to wipe the slate clean and we're going to move forth. We're not going to carry that old energy into the future. I'm taking charge now, and I'm not going to let that junk interfere with the new. And that's what they're really asking you. Be aware, because I feel like Spirit wants to work with you on this. This isn't an individual job. You don't need to do it all on your own. Ask Spirit to bring up these energies and ask them to help you gently clear them, help you to face them, one-on-one, so that you can create this beautiful new future for yourself. We're going to get some healing cards coming through here. So what is it that Spirit is asking you to heal? This may be things to focus on. It may have more to do with these cards. We're just going to see what is coming through and what Spirit has to say in regards to these energies. First thing, Wild. Beautiful card. Alchemy. So again, this is about manifesting, right? Manifest. There's a lot of manifestation cards in here. We have the Manifest, we have the Alchemy. They're all falling down. That's okay. And look at this. We have sexual art. So I do feel that for many of you, this might have to do with a relationship or relationships in general. And maybe you need to take a look at, again, the sexual arts. This doesn't need to be, purely sexual. It can be in regards to intimacy. Was I open? Was I, are there some things that I can take a look at that maybe played a part in past intimacy in some way? Was I repressed in some way in regards to intimacy? Now it's interesting because we also have this Wild card coming through. Now, when I'm taking a look at it, I kind of look at this as sort of that Six of Swords card. I mean, I'm sure it has another meaning, but I'm taking a look at it as the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords really talks about moving away from things that have trapped us in the past and moving towards a better and more beautiful future. And this is exactly what I feel in here. Allow yourself to go wild in to a degree, right? Allow yourself to really use your imagination to create what it is that you want to create. Don't hold yourself back in restrictions because of the past. Just because something didn't work out in the past doesn't mean that it has to interfere with your future. And that's what I feel. Go wild with your manifestations. And even while you're doing a manifestation, ask for this or something better. All right? Because really, the sky is the limit when it comes to what we can create within our minds, within the universe, within our 3D physical self. But we can't do it if we're being held back by past inhibitions, okay? Whether it's our internal inhibitions or whether it's things that people have done for us, whatever it is. So these next cards with the Zodiac card, we're just going to close it up with 3 of these cards. And they may relate to your, one of your Zodiac placements. They may not. And maybe they relate to somebody around you. That's okay too. Just take them as they resonate with you. They may not have anything to do with anything, right? But it does talk about the eclipse in Leo, and it says, shine brightly like the star that you are. How amazing is that? We have the Wild, we have the sexual arts, we have the Manifest card, the Alchemy, create. It's time to start shining through. Don't let past things interfere with right now. Have compassion. I love this word. Have compassion for the past, but let it be in the past. It's time to move forward. We have the eclipse in Aries, collaboration with the universe. Exactly like I said, we have the Manifest card, and I feel like Spirit really wants to collaborate with you to create something. And it talks about boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. So I feel like for some of you, this really does have to do with a relationship. Maybe, you're seeking a relationship, trying to bring, life back into an old one, whatever it is, or into a current one, or maybe you're wondering, how do I, have this person in my life? Well, Spirit's really guiding you here. Are you letting your past hold you back? Are you ready to move forward triumphantly? Okay. And it talks about the eclipse in Aquarius. Your deeper resolve rises, awakening. And what did we also have here? We had that Ace of Swords coming through, which is exactly what this talks about. It is an awakening, okay? It's time to awaken. It's time to manifest, to create the dreams that you want to create. Start to build that new foundation in that, and head towards a place of being complete and a place of complete happiness, okay? It's right through that door, but what you have to do first is just let go of that past. Whatever, let go of the barriers, let go of the things that are no longer serving you. They're not helping you build your future, and it's time to just release them. So I truly hope that this reading has helped you in some way. Again, you can take a look at the other two readings, either the red or the green pyramid, if you like. Maybe you just want to watch to get some extra messages as well. I wish you an amazing week. Take care and many blessings.